Week 1 of the NFL was a wild ride, and we still have Monday Night Football tonight, which we're going to be doing a watch along for, so come join us for that. But we're going to go ahead and do a mock draft because it's Mock Draft Monday, overreacting to some of the things we saw in Week 1 of the NFL. What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content as always. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, beautiful football discourse. Let's go ahead and get into this sucker. The draft order is the current odds that I found after the Dallas Giants game. These could shift, but these were like the soonest odds I could find. So if you got a problem with the draft order, take it up with Vegas. But we have Arizona back to back, picking back to back. That's right. And listen, you're either one of two minds right now at this point if you think Arizona's going to get the first overall pick. Sell it for Akeem's ransom and build around Kyler Murray, or just go ahead, get a young quarterback, Caleb Williams, on a rookie deal, trade Kyler Murray, and hope the team that's trading for him will take a large bit of that cap hit. I mean, you're still going to have a lot of his cap on the 2024 books, but again, quarterback on a rookie deal. And to be fair, a lot of your roster aren't exactly superstars. It's not like exactly like you're panning out at the wazoo. So you could take that 2024 hit. I could see it both ways. I really can. For the sake of simplicity, I'm not going to do trades at this point. So if I'm the Cardinals, I think I would take Caleb Murray. Ha! I'm combined them into one. Oh, they're going to be even shorter. I'm going to take Caleb Williams, and then I'm going to pair him up with Marvin Harrison Jr., who had a banger game against Youngstown State. I know it's Youngstown State, but still, regardless, he put up a great first half where he had 2 touchdowns, like 160 yards. And honestly, that is the great building blocks of an offense right there. Keep in mind, you still have Hollywood Brown. You still have Rondale Moore. You have Michael Wilson. Don't know what you have in him just yet. So all in all, real solid. Also, by the way, I'm doing this off the cuff. I didn't prepare anything for it, or at least I didn't do this draft beforehand. So I might have to talk myself through some of these picks. I know some people really like the idea of Brock Bowers here. And honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I like how they utilize Josh Downs in the slot in the opener. And I mean, I'm a big fan of Bernhard Raimann, so you don't necessarily have to go tackle. I mean, what other routes are there to take outside of just grabbing another weapon offensively for this team? I mean, maybe add another young corner, but at 3, that's maybe a little too high. I feel like you want to stay in this Brock Bowers, Olufashanu, Joe Alt. I think Joe Alt's right up there with him. Drake Maye, Jared Verse. I want to stay in that wheelhouse for now. But I know last week I took Fashanu. We want to grab another weapon. Jelani Woods got hurt, so we won't see him for a little bit. So there really isn't an absolute at tight end right now. And yeah, let's just go ahead and take Brock Bowers. Let's just take the weapon. Tennessee Titans, I think no brainer. It's kind of a tackle here. And Joe Alt actually is my top tackle in this draft class as of right now. So I'm actually going to take him over Fashanu. I think him and Fashanu, top 2 tackles. I think Armarius Mims from Georgia is going to make a case to be maybe OT1 in this class, and we're gonna kind of be like, it's gonna be similar to 2022 where it was like Charles Cross, Evan Neal, Ike Ekwonu, where it was like, okay, these are the top 3 tackles and they could really go in any order. I feel like we're gonna get something like that, so I'm gonna go with Joe Alt at this pick. Buccaneers, listen, Baker Mayfield, he's a nice stopgap, but go ahead, get your quarterback in the future. Drake Maye, it's not been perfect, but he's got great tools to build upon, and it's not like he's looked atrocious. He really hasn't. I mean, he basically won the game against Appalachian State off his running touchdown. This is a guy that does have low-key good wheels, but what he can do as a passer is very solid. Yes, he needs to cut down on some of the maybe errant decision making, but it's not like terrible. We're not talking like Will Levis, who honestly wasn't a terrible decision maker, more so. But it's not like we're talking about someone who is just reckless with the football. Drake Maye, I don't think is on that level. It's kind of a no-brainer here to take Drake Maye for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. LA Rams, they surprised a lot of people coming out and just walloping the Seattle Seahawks in week 1. 30-13. Just kind of wild. And now you're looking at the squad like maybe there's something to build here. I think, like, because like Matthew Stafford doesn't look like he's washed yet, and they did this without Cooper Kupp. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's build the offensive line. The offensive line's kind of been a problem. They got Rob Havenstein there, but was it Joe Nopu, I believe, who's the left tackle? You give him a bit of contract, but he was all hurt last year. He hasn't been like great. So yeah, why not go with Oluf Shanu, a wonderful athlete for Sean McVay's outside zone blocking scheme, or wide zone, whatever you want to call it. The Las Vegas Raiders. Jimmy G looked solid enough, and I said in my power rankings that this team could surprise and win some games, and well, they came out and beat Denver. Denver's offense still looks pretty mediocre. But what else can we do for the Raiders? Like at this pick specifically, not like looking at the board that we have here. I'm actually going to pull up my board right now, and I'm really trying to think this through. What can we do? We could go maybe offensive line. That could be a thought. Go with a tackle. Jared Verse feels like overkill. Is a team that just got Tyree Wilson, even if Chandler Jones won't be back with the squad. We could look at the interior, but honestly, Johnny Newton ain't a bad idea here at 7. It was a phenomenal run defender. Honestly, I think Kool-Aid McKinstry probably makes the most sense. Get some help there at the corner position. Yeah, I think the corner probably makes a bit more sense here for the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you're not new to the channel, I'm not quite sold on a QB3 in the top 10 as of right now. The Chicago Bears, Jared Verse is sitting there looking us at the eye. Let's get some pass rush. You got Yannick Ngakoue on a 1-year deal, and hey, man, he's still good. He's basically a hired mercenary at this point. It's like, yeah, sign me up for a year and I'll get you production. But they really don't have much outside of that. So grabbing Verse would be phenomenal. Love it. I'm loving it. Washington Commanders. Tough decision here. All right, so I feel like they got the necessary weapons. They could probably get better at tackle if they want to, so we could consider Mims here. I would love a weapon like Brock Bowers. Oh, fun fact, not around. They've invested heavily in that secondary. Maybe you try to swing on a pass rusher here to be alongside Sweat, because unfortunately Chase Young, he missed the opener with his stinger in his neck. So a lot of questions I have with this one. A lot. Actually, I truly don't know what to do here. I think Armarius Mims might be just the cop-out I need. Yeah, if you want to give Sam Howell another go. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go with that one. I think I'm just going to go with Armarius Mims. The dude is a giant. He's looked good in cupcake game play thus far this season. But what put him on the maps was his playoff run last year against teams such as TCU and Ohio State. The Chicago Bears back on the clock. Darnell Mooney. Maybe they figure out the contract stuff with him. Chase Claypool could be a free agent too after this season. So it makes sense maybe going in on the quarterback market. And they could go with an after the catch stud. But I think pairing up DJ Moore with, to be fair, Keon Coleman's kind of an after the catch guy. He's so hard to bring down. He brings that true prototypical X wide receiver size, and he's worth it, man. He annihilated LSU and looked just as good against Southern Miss, who they faced this past weekend. All right, we got Keon Coleman. All right, we're sitting here with the Minnesota Vikings, and I think, okay, Kirk Cousins, yes, he is gone, probably gone after this season. So you're drafting this early. Maybe you want to take a shot on whoever QB3 is in this class. Let's go through a few names because that's kind of a wide open question at this point. Quinn Ewers looked very impressive against Alabama, but I still feel like maybe the ball placement could be a bit better, but he's still impressive outing. JJ McCarthy's coming together, but he's also not faced anyone this season. We got Michael Penix, but again, injuries kind of loom. Like, if you don't know, like his first 4 seasons at Indiana were all season-ending injuries, 2 shoulder, 2 ACL, until he transferred to Washington, played all of last year, kind of revitalized that draft stock. And if he plays throughout this season, then it's like, maybe you consider him. He feels like a ready prospect, but I feel that way about Bo Nix, and Bo Nix doesn't have the health concerns. I'm a big Jackson Dart mark, but I don't think PFF has him on here. So I guess we could just act like Jackson Dart is dead to the world, apparently. I love Jackson Dart. To be fair, Tulane did a solid job slowing him down this week. I felt like he got a little conservative in the pocket at times, but other times, like, I thought he did a good job going through progressions. He showed adequate arm strength, the ability to push it. And I mean, this guy just consistently shows grit. Like, he was beat up last season against LSU State in the game. Same with Texas Tech in the bowl game. Then against Tulane, this man can't find a helmet that fits. Had his helmet popped off twice. Wild. But yeah, there's my shout out to Jackson Dart. Shadur Sanders could be a name as well, but maybe I lean on the bigger arms of a Michael Penix, a Quinn Ewers, a Bo Nix, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of talking myself into Bo Nix. I think I am. Yeah, he's got the wheels too. I think I'm gonna go with Bo Nix here. All right, let me know, Giants fans. Vikings fans. Giants fans, you got annihilated. You made for a terrible viewing experience. Dallas laid you across their knee and just punished you. It was hard to watch. So like, I feel like anything's on the table here, but I mean, you're kind of stuck with DJ for another season. I don't think he has an out after 2 years, but maybe he just had a bad game. But I'm not that high on DJ in itself. Maybe getting in on, well, I guess we can't get in on the tackle class because the offensive line had, like, we're on the struggle bus because we had 3 offensive tackles going in the top 9. Because then, I mean, at this point, we're looking at probably maybe Kingsley. Yeah, no, not ideal. So where else can we go if we are here? We could grab another receiver. I do feel like Emeka Ibuka is a little bit of the same of what they have. You could also make the same case for Malik Neighbors. I actually might go with Neighbors just because the after catch ability, like his ability to just make defenders miss, just keep adding weapons and hope they stick. So I'm gonna go with Malik Neighbors. The Atlanta Falcons. Desmond Ridder played within the offense, and it worked. It worked well. Do I think he's the next franchise guy? I think he's fine for now. Again, it was a solid game. He went like 15 for 18, but to be fair, like, they made it real easy on him. So what are other areas then we could go for the Atlanta Falcons? And I think they could probably find some more pass rushers there out on the edge. They have Ebiketie. I know they like Lorenzo Carter, but I mean, You could probably upgrade from that. Or I mean, even if you keep him, like having a 3-man pass rush ain't half shabby. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll probably go with maybe go with a corner. Jeffrey Okuda, you know. It's not like, I mean, he had the foot injury, so he didn't play this week, so you don't know entirely what you have with him. I want a very sticky potential man corner. And I don't know if this class really has many of those guys. I mean, there is Kalen Keene. I do really like Kalen Carson out of Wake Forest. Does he feel too high here? He might feel too high here. And I do think probably Cooper DeJean ends up at safety. So maybe just because of the value, I'm going to go with Chop. I'm a big fan of Chop. Chop Robinson, probably the most explosive guy off the edge in this class. The Green Bay Packers had a very good looking out, and I think they're going to be contending for that NFC North crown. But where can they improve? They could always add to the offensive interior. They are banged up, so grabbing more receiver help is not a bad idea. Like Emeka Egbuka kind of adds something that this offense doesn't really have as of yet, and just like this freakishly smooth route runner. Did I just talk myself into that? Because now that I say that out loud, I kind of love it. I do like the idea of getting a safety. I really do like the idea of getting a safety. Yeah, Savage is a free agent after this season. That just leaves him with Rudy Guy. Or Rudy Ford, my bad. So, I mean, we could go with Cooper DeJean. I think that would be fine. He'd be a good fit for Joe. Yeah, you know what? He'd be a good fit for Joe Barry, excuse me. Joe Woods is in New Orleans now. New England Patriots. I think grabbing more receivers would be nice. Mac Jones had a really good opener. Yeah, he had like the pick 6, but I think he cleaned up his play after that. So you probably do want to just keep adding to your quarterback, or keep adding weapons for your quarterback. Yeah, because this defense is still just the bee's freaking knees. There's not a tackle here I probably want to go for. So you know what? Let's just go ahead. Let's get Emeka Egbuka off the board here. Denver Broncos. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to panic draft a quarterback. I kind of do. Like, Russ was okay, but it really did nothing for this offense. What could help get this offense off of the freaking ground? Like, really, really, really. It's kind of the question I'm asking. Or do you just go with best player on the board at this point? Because that probably falls into Johnny Newton, who's just been wonderful. He's been fabulous. He's a very good run stuffer. And he just has that crazy penetration. He's kind of built a little bit better than a Draymond Jones, who was kind of not detrimental to the run game, but just not all that good. They did bring in Zach Allen to kind of mediate that, so maybe you don't go in that direction. I honestly, maybe like send it on AD Mitchell. Get a vertical target for Russ. Cortland Sutton, time might be coming to an end here. Do we just do that? Do we just act like... Because, I mean, again, that Russ deal, it's going to be tough to get off of. Maybe. Let's just go. Let's put the hype train. AD Mitchell had a phenomenal game against Alabama, put himself on the map. Again, he wasn't on my top wide receivers rankings because simply just we have seen a small sample size of him because of injury there at Georgia. So I really just wanted to see it from him here at Texas. And he showed it in that Alabama game. So, you know what? Yeah, let's just do it. Let's pretend this is going to be an insane draft class for wide receivers because I think it's very talented. You have a lot of guys emerging like Trey Harris from Ole Miss. You got Xavier Leggett, South Carolina, though he's probably more in the day 2, day 3 range. All right, Jermaine Burton he technically had 3 touchdowns in that Texas game. Just 2 of them got called back as the penalties. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers. The offense didn't look too good. It did not. Things did not look promising. So what can we do here with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Maybe, actually, let's address the corner. Some of y'all got mad at me that I didn't take Kalen Keene to pair up with Joey Porter. So let's just go ahead and right that wrong. You had Brock Purdy thrown all over y'all. All right, the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr survived against the Titans. I do think he outplayed Ryan Tannehill by quite a bit. So maybe you could hold off on quarterback. You don't necessarily need to go there. I still think the guard position is pretty atrocious, even with Cesar Ruiz getting the extension. A lot of Saints fans really, really like him, and they're like, oh, they're paying him up front before he gets too expensive because of what he's gonna be. And it's like he hasn't showed any of that yet. You draft guys based on what they're gonna be. You don't pay guys based on what they're gonna be. You pay them based on what they are. And Cesar Ruiz, I don't think was worth that much. But that's just me. We could just keep addressing like the defense, throw the interior, go with the interior. Yeah, I actually like pairing up with Drazon Newton or Johnny Newton here, pairing them up with Brazzi, because then you get a great penetrator and a really good run defender as well. Carl Granson looked really good, so yeah, send it. The Seattle Seahawks. I'm taking a quarterback, guys. Listen. Geno's a fine stopgap, but I'm leaving it at that. Let's just go ahead. Let's actually get let's go with the Washington guy. Michael Penix. It's kind of perfect. I was actually just going to go Quentin Ewers, but I think Michael Penix kind of fits. And he's kind of like, he's ready to go. Like, maybe Quentin Ewers needs a little bit more polish, but I mean, you're willing to sit him because he's stupid young. Michael Penix feels like pro ready. So, and he's a guy with the cannon. He kind of fits into that offense, what Waldron wants to do. So, send it. Ooh, spicy. I like it. All right. Houston Texans. Not a lot went right week 1. At least the secondary looked pretty solid. I did this last time where I was like, man, I really do think that Leonard Taylor, man, really got, like, he can be that penetrator. He is literally like a stick of dynamite, but he's a bit slow going this season because I feel like they're kind of playing him out of place. He's playing a lot underneath this, like under the center. Not exactly where you want to, like, ideally where you want to see him a lot. But this other name, Leatu Latu, as long as the medicals check out with his spine, dude's been phenomenal to start the year. He had a great 2022 season. Pairing him up with Will Anderson, kind of deadly. Get those guys that can just fly off the edge. Kind of like that. Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's think about this one. Yeah. Cam Kitchens would be fun, but I don't think that's where you go. They have Cisco there. I would love to dip in. Maybe we dip into the tackle class or potential guard class. Maybe we do that. Perhaps. My top guard is actually listed as a tackle here in Cooper Beebe. I don't think we do that though. I think Leonard Taylor's just kind of the safer pick. I think Trent Baalke's just gonna love his athleticism. He's kind of a good pick here at this point. Cam Kitchens, pencil it in, man. They lost Nazir Adderley, so unfortunately retirement, man. But hopefully he's doing well in his retirement. They don't really have that rangy guy in the back end, as you probably saw, as Tyreek Hill just had a field day with the Chargers. So let's grab Cam Kitchens here. Surprisingly, the Dolphins, their tackles held up because Toronto Armstead was out, and what was Austin Jackson and Kendall Lamb, of all people, held up against the Chargers. So very interesting. Good for them. With this defense, I mean they're down Jalen until December. X is probably playing his last season, but they did draft Cam Smith. So we don't necessarily have to go. In the secondary. So we have Chris Jenkins here, just in case the Dolphins can't bring back Christian Wilkins, which I find it hard to believe. I feel like he's going to get paid. So if he does, then what are we doing? That is the question. What are we doing? Do perhaps we just go with tackle? Perhaps. I still don't mind the idea of grabbing a corner because it's such a volatile position. I think my next tackle up probably would be Kingsley Siam. I'm not going to try to butcher his last name, but out of BYU, guy with all the tools, just kind of needs some more polish. But maybe we just brace for Wilkins potentially leaving here. I think they'll get a deal done, but just in case, Chris Jenkins, I think, is in this conversation. Now, this potential first round, he was first on Bruce Feldman's Freaks list. He is the son of Chris Jenkins, formerly of the Panthers. He's up to 305, a guy that just needs to become a better pass rusher. The Detroit Lions, not much. They don't need much. I would love a receiver, but is it a little too early to go with the next set? Yeah, I think it's too early to go with the next set of receivers. What all receivers they have here? Well, they got a good amount in here. But yeah, I don't know if any of those are first round guys. I kind of took receivers real early. And then I projected on AD Mitchell. They probably want to keep Jared Goff. They're going to be headed hookers. They are apparent. See, I just love talking all this through. Do you maybe look at guard? Big Daddy V played well. Apparently he took a pay cut, but like I don't think that extended his deal, so he's technically a free agent after this season. Actually, Chris Jenkins would have been a really good grab. You know what? Like, I think they're still building the corner room there. Emmanuel Mosley's only on a 1-year deal. So, Khalil Carson's actually a really good pickup. He could have a Devon Witherspoon type of rise. The Baltimore Ravens would have loved that Carson pickup, but kind of is what it is. Let's think about this one here. I honestly think going offensive line is not a bad idea. Is Ronnie Stanley, I think got hurt. So did Tyler Linderbaum. So maybe prepare for the future is not at all a bad idea. So you could probably grab like Kingsley here and probably play him at guard early until he makes the transition to tackle, or you don't even have to play him at guard at all. You can probably play him at tackle. But they would probably love a guy like J.C. Latham though. But nah, he's mainly played on the right side. I think I'm gonna go with Kingsley. All right, Green Bay Packers, they get this via the Jets if Aaron Rodgers plays 60% or more of the snaps, which he should. So we grabbed Cooper DeJean because it's just always the pick that makes sense to me there. And what do I go here? What do I go? I wouldn't mind going offensive line. Maybe looking at the future at tackle. Ooh, don't know if I see it though. I don't know if I see it. Graham Barton, but kind of the suboptimal length might keep me from actually taking him. I mean, honestly, there's still some good edge rushers in this class. I mean, there's toolsy edge rushers. You got Dallas Turner still available here. I mean, Dallas Turner can only fall so far, right? I believe so. But I do think tackle's probably the way to go. Just I don't think Latham would be that guy. I for Morgan. Do like Jordan Morgan though. Maybe I just go Cooper Beebe. If he ends up being the guard, then that's fine. Because who do they currently got at left guard? So they got Jenkins at right. No, they got him at left. My mistake. They have John Runyon, who's fine. Royce Newman as a bench player. I don't know. If I'm gonna take a guy that probably translates to guard, I might as well take a shot on Graham Barton. I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, we got Cincinnati Bengals. They crapped the bed. They just did. They crapped the bed. Joe Burrow got paid, and then he was weighed down by all that money. It just didn't look good. It wasn't a good look for Mr. Burrow in that Bengals offense. Irv Smith Jr., I don't think he's exactly a mainstay there at tight end position, and he's been often hurt his career. Maybe T. Higgins does leave. Maybe they can't afford to pay him. In that case, I don't mind taking a shot on Johnny Wilson, who maybe he's a tight end. Maybe he's just a big boy receiver. I'm kind of cool with either, so I'm going to snag him here. All right, Dallas Cowboys, man. I don't think I'm going to take another quarterback in this. Yeah, I don't think I am. Oh, man. I definitely want to take Quinn Ewers. Man, I just didn't think there was a good spot for Ewers. I mean, maybe here for Atlanta. Reunite Bijan and Quinn Ewers. Maybe we do that in the second round. Dallas Cowboys, I think they would probably like to start maybe like rebuilding little by little that offensive line, because Tyron Smith is old. Zach Martin wants more money. So even if it's a guy that you have to, even if it's someone you have to, I guess develop. Well, maybe Cooper Beebe is the better option here. Like, hold on a minute, because like they have Tyler Smith and Terrence Steele. Those are their tackles going forward. So maybe it's Cooper Beebe. I don't think they have Bo Limmer, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I would consider Bo Limmer here, who could play both tackle and center. I said tackle and center, guard and center. Honestly, if he played tackle, that wouldn't surprise me. I'll go with Cooper Beebe. We're gonna show the guard class some love here, so get him to play guard. Liking it. Buffalo Bills, I think at this point, I just you take a swing on JC Latham. Your right tackle position, Spencer Brown, it's bad. It's bad. I think you just take a swing. Philadelphia Eagles, the offense didn't move nearly as well as you wanted it, but I'm sure they'll get better as the year goes on. They'll be a finely tuned machine. Dallas Turner, we could grab that. And again, an embarrassment of the riches. Well, but what? I mean, I feel like you just take a shot at linebacker, right? People would love Jeremiah Trotter, but I think Barrett Carter's probably the guy, right? I think he is. Because he's just kind of freaky as an athlete. I wonder how he's done for Clemson. Because I did watch the Duke game, and like he was everywhere, but like again, he's still kind of a project when it comes to the run defense. Yeah, he's 25% missed tackle rate right now. It's a little scary, but that's through 2 games. I'm sure it'll get better. Where have they been utilizing him? Mainly in the box, so that's fine. You know what? Yeah, I'll go with the crazy athleticism of Barrett Carter. Would love to even just take a shot on a wide receiver here. I would take a shot on Johnny Wilson. But that is, I don't know if there's a receiver I'd take here. Xavier Worthy. Do you want another receiver with drop problems? I don't think so. So maybe we go to the defense. This is a team that really does need to get pressure. Like, so where? Oh man, maybe we just go Dallas Turner. No, he's not a good fit for the defense. Yeah, maybe Mason Smith's probably the guy I want to take here then. Yeah, let's go Mason Smith. Dude's just kind of a freak athlete. Missed all of last year because of an ACL. Then he was suspended for the Florida State game because of what? I think it was like charging for autographs, which I thought they can do now. I don't know. Okay. We got the San Francisco 49ers, and this team looks impeccable. Looks amazing. I love this team. It's a good looking team. We could go corner. Maybe not. They probably don't. Yeah, I don't really like Nate Wiggins would be fun here. I think he has a shot of like cracking the first round. Definitely. How's he been actually? Nate Wiggins has allowed a completion rate of 66%, but hasn't allowed a touchdown, so that's not bad. And he's not often targeted, so it's all right. That's all right. That's okay. So we could consider that. Maybe we go in on the safety group because Gibson's old. Who else do they have back there? Well, I mean, I know they got Hufanga, but I'm thinking in terms of depth. Oh yeah, they got Jair Brown, which they probably got plans for him going forward. I would love Tyler. I'm getting Tyler Nubbin. That's just too good of a fit. That's just too good of a fit. And there we go. We got a mock draft on our hands. Let me just minimize it. It doesn't help. Yeah, I just gotta move the screen. There we go. Y'all can see it well enough. So there's my mock draft. Again, a bit of an overreaction to week one, but let me know what you think. Kind of thought through these picks as we went. And again, I even commented on players that I didn't draft at all. Like Jackson Dart, I'm high on him, but no one else is. Talked about Quinn Ewers, talked about some of the other guys in this class, but let me know what you think in the comments section below. That's it for the video. Go ahead, do that YouTube thing as always. Until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.